What's up, YouTube? Alright, so we've all seen the video of the couple who defended their home in St. Louis from the nonviolent protesters that broke through a privacy gate that said do not enter, private property. We've seen all that, right? They come out, they had a semi-automatic rifle, they had a handgun, they were protecting their property as the people who marched through their private property. You know, they were yelling back and forth, this, that, and the third. So the video goes viral, and the St. Louis Circuit Court attorney, Kimberly Gardner, decided she was going to prosecute this couple for something. She was bound and determined to find something. So she did. I mean, she had the police raid the couple's home. They seized their firearms they used for home protection. The whole nine. All right. Fast forward, you know, eventually she comes out, she presses charges. The charges, I believe, read something to the effect of them waving around weapons in a threatening, unlawful manner. I don't know what that means exactly, but obviously anybody can understand the waving around part, but that seems contradictory to the castle doctrine that St. Louis has. If you're on your own property, defending your property from potential rioters, looters, and arsonists, which these people have been known to be, you know, I mean, the groups that would break into a private property fence, tear it down, whatever, just break it in, or basically, I mean, you know, or trespass on private property to protest. Okay? Fast forward. They hire an attorney. They go on several news, you know, media outlets talking about what exactly their side of the story was. Then, as of yesterday, I found out that the weapons, or at least the handgun, was inoperable. It was from one of the couple's court cases. I guess once the court case was over, it was no longer needed as evidence. So it was given to the couple. Now, it was rendered inoperable for that court case. So it wouldn't fire even if you pulled the trigger. Now, in order for her case to stick, okay, those weapons would have to be deadly. Those weapons would have to be functioning. The pistol that the woman was holding was the one that was inoperable. It was rendered inoperable. So one of the prosecutors, I'm assuming working with her or for her, ordered the crime lab to disassemble the weapon, reassemble the weapon correctly, and then test fire it. The crime lab documented this with video of them tearing down the weapon and then putting it back together and test firing it. The prosecutor, who vowed to bring charges against the couple, knew this before charges were ever brought. She made it a top priority, so it was rushed through the crime lab where this was discovered. Knowing this information, and still brought charges. She either didn't know, which means that she didn't care, and someone in her office buried it and presented the information to her without including it, or, and in my opinion more likely, she knew about it, buried the evidence, and brought fraudulent charges against the couple. She is a Democrat. She lets her political views dictate who she is going to prosecute or not prosecute. She put this case against this couple defending their home as a priority above like 10 homicide cases. What the heck? I mean, seriously, how can you possibly still vote Democrat if this is what they're doing? Seriously, if this is justice for a Democrat, I don't want any part of it. You falsify or ignore evidence, bury it in order to bring fraudulent charges. Every day a Democrat does something, says something, or in this case violates I don't understand how this woman wasn't fired, disbarred, and arrested. Seriously, how is she still in office? How is she still the top chief prosecutor for St. Louis? How? Let me put this in context. She was willing to put an innocent couple in prison. The Democrat Party is nowhere. It's not even close to being what it used to be. Now it is literally a leftist this is something that you would see in communist China. I mean, come on, people. This was a Democrat in the United States. How can anybody, seriously, how can anybody vote for Democrats? Anybody. And this woman had Obama's former Attorney General, Eric Holder, had Congresswoman Kamala Harris showed this woman support. And now it comes out that she ignored evidence or buried it and brought fraudulent charges. Seriously, people.